One thing I did want to show you on the automation itself, I wanted to show you that task capture piece. This is under documentation. And clicking on the task capture is going to launch my task capture tool. And this is again where I can go build my diagram and then create the process design document. I'm not going to go through capture process, I'm going to do it manually. So I'm going to select the create diagram. So you just start building. You can add arrows, sequences, decision blocks, and or the task capture sequences. This you will do once you've got your sequences built. So the first thing I'm going to do is read the PO number from the file. And then I'm going to log into SAP. And then I'm going to retrieve my PO. And then I've got decision. PO found, yes or no? If yes, I'm going to add the attachment. And if no, then my process ends. Let's go ahead and label these so we know which one is which. Okay, so there's my process for this. This is my as-is process if I'm coming in to manually do this. Now, another thing we want to do is use the capture action to actually retrieve the details of that step. So I'm going to click the capture actions now to read my PO number. So it's starting to capture. Well, I want to pause because I'm not actually where I need to be yet. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to go over to Windows Explorer because that's where I need to be, and I'm going to start capturing. So I'm first going to select my folder, right-click on my file, say rename, and do Control-C to copy that PO number. And then I'm going to stop. And you'll see now 7 actions were captured with 27 seconds, right? And they're over here, those captured screen prints. It's kind of tiny, you can't really read it. This icon lets you open it up to really see it. And you can add a title. So this is like get folder. It captured what I did. I double-clicked on the data. The next one, oh, I'm going to delete because that was where I wasn't wanting to do. I'm going to delete that one as well. And I'm going to delete that one as well. Okay. So here I'm at my file. So it clicks on this. It was actually a right click, you know, so you can capture your information of what you're trying to do. All right. Here's the editing panel I talked about. Here's how you blur. So let's say I didn't want them to see the path. I can blur all that information so they can't see it. All right, because keep in mind, these pictures are going to end up in a process design document. After you've got all the screens looking the way you want, you go back to your map, and now you've got your details over here. And because I deleted 3 of the screens, I now only have 4 actions identified. And you would do that for each step. For each step, you would go in and just capture that one specific process. Once you have the map looking the way you want and you've captured all your processes, you're going to go into the export and publish area. You always want to publish to Automation Hub. What this is going to do is tie that map back to Automation Hub in that documentation area. So you keep that tie and you can in fact use it to go and make changes later if needed. The other thing you're going to want to do is go to Word document. What this does is it generates your process design document based on a template. So here I've got the title and description based on what my original was. I'm the author. You pick the template you want. There are 2 that are delivered, and you could add others if you had a company default that you wanted to use. And then you click export and you save it. And I'm going to go ahead and open the file to show you what we've built. So it's got your title and your description that you had defined earlier. I'm going to scroll down fairly quickly. Put some assessments in there. Here's the map. So it puts that map in there for you. It puts the statistics. So how many processes did you have? How many windows did you go to? How many actions? These are the high levels. So it's going to sum them across all the sequences that you built, and it does the total time occurred that happened. It also identifies which windows did you hit. And then it gets into the details. So for each task, in this one, read the PO number from the file, it tells you how long did it take, and then it also shows you all of those screen prints that you captured. This is immensely helpful to the developer when they're coming in to figure out what they need to design for you. So when I go back to Automation Hub and I look at my documentation, I've got the receipt document, that's the input file that I originally did, and I've got the task capture document, which is my as-is picture, but I don't have that process design document, so I'm actually going to need to add that. And it's a process definition document, and I'm going to add the file that I just built. Right? Now the task capture document is active. So you can actually go in here and update, and it will launch task capture, and you can make changes and bring them back into here. Any other document is static. So if you need changes, you need to go make the changes on your desktop and then reattach the file into this Automation Hub. So we have another webinar in 3 weeks. It's going to be geared towards business analysts and developers, and it's going to talk about the second phase. So it's going to do the build phase and show you the basic development building blocks available from UiPath. So really that studio tool that I had mentioned earlier. There is a registration link, and we're going to share this presentation with you, so you'll be able to use that link to go sign up for that if you have interest in that as well.